Hello. I hope you can hear me, and I hope I'm on YouTube and Facebook. We'll see if I am. Okay, sound, and I believe sound here too. Okay, so hello. My name is Teresa Micheletti, and I'm having trouble with my streaming program. So let's see if this works. This site is called Take What Rings True. And the whole idea is I share spiritual thoughts and you decide whether you believe me or not. You don't have to believe anything I say. So, I want to talk today about the Hall of Reconnection, which is a hall that's in heaven. And this may not work here. It's a hall that's in heaven and it's a private hall. You meet people there that you would like to meet or reconnect with. And you don't have to bring anybody with you, it's a private place. So, let me tell you about the time I used the Hall of Reconnection. A few years ago, a good friend suggested um, that I shouldn't be connected with her at all anymore. So, what happened is she disconnected me from Facebook. She disconnected me from answering her email. She was not communicating with me at all. And we were good friends. We would travel together, we worked together. So, what happened was I was teaching a class and I was talking about something that happened in a previous class, and one of the students misunderstood what I said and told her that I had blamed her for something, blamed my friend for something, which had not happened. But that's her interpretation. So she didn't talk to me. A couple of years later, I asked my guide, spirit guide, to arrange to meet with her at the Hall of Reconnection on a night when we were both asleep. You don't have to go there when you're awake, you can go there when you're asleep. So it's the same as the other halls. You can go during meditation, you can go during hypnosis, you can go when you astrally project, or you can go when you're asleep. So I went when I was asleep. So my friend, I explained to her when I was at the Hall of Reconnection that there'd been a misunderstanding and she didn't bother to come talk to me and ask me if what was said was true or not. She just assumed that what this person said was reality. So my estranged friend and I discussed the issue. And then a couple of months later, she reached out to me. So that was a successful visit to the Hall of Reconnection. For me, it was anyway. But you could meet anyone there, anyone. You could meet Einstein there. You could meet your great grandmother there. You could meet your grandfather you never met before. You could meet with somebody who's giving you major problems. You can give a chance to meet with somebody who's on the other side of the world and you just want to feel like you're with them right now. So if you have a friend or you have a relative or you have somebody that you want to reconnect with, living or dead, then go to the Hall of Reconnection. And remember, everyone on the other side is 30. So if you want to visit a grandparent, remember, they might look much younger. You might pass somebody on the way who waves to you and you don't pay any attention to them because you don't recognize them. Maybe it's your great uncle that you just love, but you don't recognize them because they look 30 now. Why are we 30? Because we're 30. I don't know why we're 30 on the other side, but everybody's 30 on the other side. So tell your spirit guide or your personal angel, say it out loud unless you've given your spirit guide permission to hear your thoughts. Otherwise, you have to whisper or say it out loud. Who do you want to meet with? Because if you want to meet with Einstein and he's on the other side of the universe, he needs a heads up. Or you want to meet with your great uncle, he may be working on medical research. So you need to let people know who you want to visit. And remember, on the other side, 99% of the time, we communicate telepathically. So you know what someone is thinking. It can also be called mind talk. You just know what they're thinking. So you communicate just by thinking. So you may feel like they are talking to you, which is great. But sometimes people get over there and they think, they weren't saying anything to me. Well, they don't say things aloud. You can ask them to talk aloud, but they may just go on telepathically giving you information. So if other loved ones appear, don't just wave them away. Tell them who you are, who you want to see. Who are they? Ask them, who are you? Why are you here? Do you have a message for me? You may have had a child in your life that died early and you want to communicate with them. Or they may come to you as a 30-year-old and you don't recognize them because they're 30. So don't wave them away. So remember, to recognize this hall, you would look for a Romanesque building with lots of golden columns at the entryway, and it leads to two large brass doors. So there's an entryway, golden columns, there's brass doors, giant ones. And the hall has marble benches with silvery soft cushions. And remember, you might go in a different entrance. Maybe you don't like going in the main entrance. Maybe you're going in the side door. So don't discount it because you didn't go in the main entrance. So there's silvery soft cushions on marble benches, and you sit there and talk to people. You can meet with someone you had difficulty with in this life, or meet with a lost love, maybe a family member who died before you were born, or one who's passed over recently or a long time ago. It's a place to get all the thoughts you wish you could have said shared with them. Although you could talk to them just like right now and they hear you, but it always makes you feel better when you could communicate and know that they're next to you. Now, not everyone sees. You may feel that you're there. You may know that you're there. You may sense that you're there. You don't have to see. Just be aware. And remember, you don't always get there the first time you try to go. So say the unsaid things or talk about the undone things. And remember, the other side is timeless. So you have all the time you need to talk. You can talk to a great mind. You can talk to Einstein. You can talk to Abraham Lincoln. You can talk to a master teacher. You can see loved ones. You can talk to your friends who are on the other side. You can talk to someone who's estranged, like I did. You can talk to someone who's still in life, but you're having difficulties talking to them face to face when you're conscious. So maybe you need to work something out with someone. So that's a good place to meet and discuss things. So get those unsaid things out. And remember, you need to give yourself a chance. You know, if you're learning to ride a bike, sometimes it takes more than one attempt. Well, sometimes what you're trying to visit one of the halls or learn to visit halls and the other side, the temples and halls on the other side, it may take you more than one attempt. So my friend Sylvia Brown suggested trying every night for a week, but don't give up. If you want help doing it, you can always contact me and I can escort you there through meditation or through hypnosis. Not a problem. So as with other halls, You can visit when you're asleep. You can meditate to get there. You can astrally project or use hypnosis. So the keys are your loved ones will usually look 30 years old. So don't discount someone because you think, oh, Einstein should have white hair. Well, maybe he doesn't on the other side. He looks 30. Don't wave away your Aunt Susie because she's not 80 anymore. Ask them who they are when you see someone and ask them what their message is. Maybe you went to see Aunt Susie, but Uncle Joe shows up first because he has a message for you. Don't discount them. So remember, everyone looks 30. The other side is timeless, so you have the time you want and you need to meet with someone. And if someone comes up to you and you have no clue who they are, ask them who they are. Remember, you can do it telepathically. And don't give up. If you don't get there the first time you try, the second time you try, the third time you try, then keep trying. And if you're doing it when you're asleep, then your guide escorts you there or your angel escorts you there. And remember, you may not use the main entrance I described. You may go in the side door. Because often when we dream of a relative or a friend, it's meeting them, you're really meeting them at the Hall of Reconnection. So you do know how to get there when you're unconscious, but it's just when you're consciously trying to get there, it's kind of hard sometimes. And if you're astrally projecting, remember, you don't have to use the main entrance. Remember, people communicate telepathically, so you don't always hear them. You rarely hear them. So think about who you would like to connect with. Who would you like to meet? Anyone alive or dead? So maybe the grandparent you never met, or Teddy Roosevelt, or Helen Keller, or Einstein, whoever you think you would like to meet with. So just decide, I would like to meet with whoever. Now, because it's a private hall, that way you can get your real feelings out and you can say, I'm so sad that, I never came to visit you when you were sick. I'm so sad I didn't take time to just at least come have tea with you. I miss you. Whatever you want to say, you can have your true feelings come out because it's a private hall. No one has to go in with you. And remember, if you sit there for a while, you may have other relatives or other friends that come up to you. Because if you've given someone a heads up, okay, I want to talk to my great-grandfather named Boy. My grandmother and grandfather called each other girl and boy. I didn't understand that Boy was boy until I was, I think, in college. We just always called him Boy. And we called my grandmother, my great-grandmother, Nanny. Anyway, Nanny and Boy. So maybe I want to go visit Boy. I give him a heads up. I realize, okay, he's probably going to look 30. He's not going to look like the salt and pepper, gray-haired man that he was. He also may not be as tall as he was. Maybe on the other side, he has a different visage. And remember, you recognize people by their eyes and ask them, who are you? What's your message? Or are you Boy? Whoever it is that you're trying to meet. So you have this person you're trying to meet. So if I say, I want to go visit Boy, then Boy may tell Aunt Susie or tell Uncle Joe that you're coming over. So they may tag along. After you talk to Boy, you may see someone else come in. Aunt Susie may come in with a message and ask, talk about what you want to talk about, but ask if they have any messages for you. Because often they'll give you words of encouragement, or they'll give you a message, or they'll tell you something like, look in the red book on the cover, that we keep on that shelf, and maybe there's something that you would like to see. Or maybe they want to tell you about, okay, Uncle George is going to come visit you, and maybe they're going to tell you to look out for him, or don't go on vacation on Friday because he's planning on coming and surprising you. I doubt that they would tell you a surprise, but they may say something that would help you in this life. So, Hall of Reconnection. You can get there when you're asleep by just telling your guide or your angel that you want to go there. You can meditate to get there. You can astrally project, or you can use hypnosis. If you want to go via hypnosis, contact me. I'd be glad to help you. Thanks for visiting today, and I hope to see you next Wednesday. And also, I'm working on a presentation of what's coming up in the world, what the changes are in society, what the changes are on Earth physically, and boundary wise and earthquake wise, et cetera, et cetera. So if you have a question that you would like, I'm going to channel on the answers to questions. So if you have a question, contact me and let me know what your question is. If you want to attend the live presentation or the live channeling, I'm going to do the channeling live on the 22nd of February, which is a Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're interested in attending in person, that's fine. Otherwise, I'll give a summary on Take What Rings True. So thanks for visiting. Bye.